I'm joined by Coach Jaime Gordon as his team has defeated Tennessee Tech for their 8th perfect OVC win this season by the scores of 25-15, 25-16, and 25-19. Coach, as we look at the stat board and we look at the disbursement of all of the attacks and all of the kills for your team, I really see a good balanced attack out of all your offensive weapons that you had this evening.
Yeah, and we had it at different times of the match. Laura McDermott came on strong in that third set for us. Alex Fitzmaurice was doing a real solid job in the second set, and we had some good. Actually, we're pretty balanced in the first. So it's nice to see that type of balanced attack, and that's something that's going to be important for us as we head into the second half of the conference season.
Definitely, and you are now on a week break with your team, which I'm sure is invited as they are, coming into the turn of the season. You guys are now going on the latter half of your conference schedule, and you're going to be facing, obviously, some strong teams as well in the second half. So rest is, I'm sure, going to be very good for your team, but what are some things that you guys are going to focus on?
We got to stay consistent. A team like Tennessee Tech, they were fighting really hard, especially in that third set. And against good teams, you can't afford to give away points and give away opportunities. And I thought we kind of got a little safe there for the beginning part of the third set. But as things progressed, we did a better job. But we're hitting the second half of the season, and the next 4 matches for us are on the road. So while it is nice to have the week, kind of off before we go, we've got to rest up but prep up for our opponents, because if you're going to win championships, you got to win them on the road.
You got to win them on the road.
Absolutely.
That's exactly, and I've heard you say that time and time again with your teams, and knowing that the wins at home generally are a lot easier because this is your home court, but you guys will take to the road, like you said, for the next 4 games. Also, want to talk a little bit about note that both teams in this afternoon's game really struggled with some errors, unforced errors, and you like to see, as a coach, teams stress your defensive system, and you like to stress their defensive system as well. But, what are you guys going to work on as far as making sure that the errors are minimal on your side and really pushing the other teams to commit the errors?
Well, a lot of it is making sure that you don't allow how the match is going to impact your focus. We really spend a lot of time on try to win every contact, make sure that the technical components are there. One of the things, and my team's probably tired of hearing me say it, but we say take care of the controllables, especially as you go on the road. Things like your base position, your communication, technical process that you can take care of. You may not be able to control every pass, but you can control the way that you approach that contact. And so that's something that we haven't been as consistent with as I'd like for us to be, and something that will be tremendously critical as we hit the road.
Yes, definitely. Now, one last thing I do want to ask you about. You are on a OVC win streak of 30 matches, which is nationally the best record in the country. Is that something you guys are even really thinking about right now?
Not at all. Not at all. We notice it, and you don't want to. It's something that we're definitely proud of, and I think anytime you have a streak like that, I think what makes it special is that it's almost something that's passed on. The streak started with, half these players weren't even here.
Right.
So it's something that kind of continues through, and that, we don't really talk about the streak so much as we talk about, protecting the legacy of the program and trying to build on what our alum and players earlier have started. So, kind of the streak is just, I think, a kind of neat little component of it. But, when I'll be honest with you, when I look back and I think, geez, 30 straight conference matches, I never would have thought that we'd be able to do something like that. And it's going to end at some point, and when it does, we just, we'll do our best to start.
Well, you guys
one.
might not be talking about it, but there's a whole lot of people are. So we all are paying attention to this, and it's not the pressure or anything, but, we are paying attention to knowing what's going on. So you will take to the road in 1 week against a strong SEMO team. They will always bring hustle. They'll always throw some stuff at you that you're just always hoping you're prepared for. So obviously, as you get your team rested and you get them prepared, there's going to be a lot at stake going into that second half of the season. Yeah,
and Southeast Missouri, they have a lot of senior leadership, a lot of people that returned from a very successful team last year. We're going to go in there on a Friday night. They've got a very unique gym environment. It's like a big box, and they'll have a big crowd in there, and it'll be loud. So we'll probably do a little bit of work this week of turning our sound system on. We'll have some crowd noise. We'll pipe some stuff, just because we're going to need to be able to communicate in a hostile environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Coach Gordon, for joining us. As we said, the Eagles will take to the road this Friday at SEMO in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Be sure to join them as they travel and take it, like I said, on the road. 3-set victory for the Eagles this evening against Tennessee Tech, which takes them to 8-0 in the conference. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the final game stats.